In the grand palace of Susa, the mighty king Xerxes ruled over Persia with splendor and power. Among his many queens was a woman of unparalleled grace and wisdom, Esther, a young Jewish maiden who had been chosen to be queen. Though her heritage remained a secret, little did she know that her destiny would lead her to become the savior of her people. A dark shadow loomed over the kingdom in the form of Haman, the king's most trusted advisor. Proud and power-hungry, Haman despised the Jewish people, especially a man named Mordecai, who refused to bow before him. Blinded by hatred, Haman devised a sinister plan. He convinced King Xerxes to issue a decree ordering the annihilation of all Jews throughout the Persian Empire. Unbeknownst to the king, this meant the death of his own queen as well. Mordecai, Esther's cousin and guardian, learned of Haman's wicked plot and tore his garments in mourning. He sent word to Esther, urging her to plead for the lives of their people. Fear gripped Esther's heart, for approaching the king uninvited could mean death. However, his words pierced her deeply. Who knows if you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this? Summoning all her courage, Esther called for a 3-day fast among the Jews, seeking divine intervention. On the 3rd day, adorned in her royal robes, she approached the king's throne. King Xerxes stretched forth the golden scepter towards Esther, a sign of mercy. "What is your request, Queen Esther?" "Even up to half the kingdom it shall be granted," he said. Rather than making her plea outright, Esther invited the king and Haman to a private banquet. Intrigued, the king agreed. That evening, as they dined, Esther extended yet another invitation for a second banquet the next day. Haman, swollen with pride, left the feast, boasting of his favor with the queen. Yet his joy turned to fury when he saw Mordecai, who still refused to bow. Enraged, he built a towering gallows, intending to hang Mordecai at dawn. That night, divine providence stirred the king's heart. Sleepless, he ordered the royal records to be read to him. There, he discovered that Mordecai had once saved his life from an assassination plot but had never been rewarded. At daybreak, Haman entered the court, eager to demand Mordecai's execution. Before he could speak, the king asked, "What should be done for the man the king delights to honor?" Thinking the king meant him, Haman suggested a grand parade with royal robes and a crown. To his horror, the king ordered him to honor Mordecai in this very way. Humiliated, Haman attended Esther's second banquet. There, the queen finally revealed her plea. "O king, spare my people, for we have been marked for destruction." Shocked, Xerxes demanded, "Who dares to do this?" With unwavering courage, Esther pointed to Haman. The king, enraged, stormed out, and when he returned, he found Haman begging Esther for mercy. In a cruel twist of fate, the very gallows Haman had prepared for Mordecai became his own demise. With Haman gone, Esther and Mordecai were granted the king's favor. Though the original decree could not be revoked, the king issued a new one, allowing the Jews to defend themselves. When the appointed day came, the Jewish people stood strong and triumphed over their enemies. The sorrow meant for them turned to joy, and the day was established as the Feast of Purim, a lasting celebration of their deliverance. Through faith and bravery, Queen Esther fulfilled her divine purpose. She had risked everything, proving that one person's courage, guided by faith, can change the course of history. Indeed, she had come to the kingdom for such a time as this.